Everybody, I think I solved the hard problem of milk of protein shake being tasting nasty. I just tried today with not half but a full spoon of 30 grams of protein shake mixed with a pack of soy milk powder, and it doesn't taste bad at all. Holy cow. Oh my god, it actually tastes even good. Holy cow. Oh my god, it's so good. Try it. Go and get a bag of soy milk powder. Not milk, but soy milk. It's great. Jesus. And only one pack. I thought I needed 2 packs. Because yesterday I only mixed half of a spoon of powder. Protein powder. This is so good. This is such a perfect match. I am enchanted. So good. From being nasty to good, I think that's a great progress. Not just bearable. Actually, my goal was to just make it bearable. It was unbearable to drink protein shake, protein powder. Absolutely. Every time I drank it, I had to hold my breath. This is so good. I think there is one way to help you drink something that you don't want to taste. That is to cover or wrap, or I don't know the right word, to wear a bag on your tongue, a plastic bag, so you can run things through your mouth without your tongue tasting it. So if this doesn't work for you, you can try that. That would absolutely work. That can make you eat anything. You can eat anything with that method. But this is so good. So good. Have you ever met somebody that can talk with liquid in their mouth? So good. Fantastic. Very good. Please try it. I am maybe not a picky eater, but I am picky. And you can trust me. Or maybe because I am a picky eater, you cannot trust me. Because I have a very refined taste of things. This is so good. I even want more of it. It's so good. I don't even want to talk anymore. Goodbye. I'm going to take my time and enjoy it in silence. I want to play this song for you. It's one of my favorite. Like, I just like the melody. I don't care about the lyrics. Just the melody is it's so nice. I actually don't like the main melody. I like the prelude. I like the ending, not the middle. I actually am really scared. I don't know if anybody can hear me right now. I don't have neighbors. I don't think so. And I wonder how loud it is to hear, like, do I have anybody living beside, underneath me, below me, right below me? I know I don't have anybody next to me. But right below me, can they hear me? I'm just scared. Maybe I shouldn't play this. Or I just actually make my whistle a little harder to play, to lower the volume. It's so loud. Still loud. You know, I just improvised on that. I mean, I didn't make that tune. That tune I have heard from this game. I did not read the sheet music ever. That song I had actually never tried to play it on tin whistle. Suddenly I could play it because it's so easy to play the tin whistle. I think it's quieter now. I think if they could hear me and I'm disturbing them, they would yell. They would yell like, "Shut up!" But nobody yelled. I think nobody can hear me. But I'm not sure. I'm just scared, so I don't like to be yelled at. So maybe I shouldn't play it anymore. Actually, I can make it. I could make it quieter. Just trying. Still too loud. Very, very loud. It's probably the loudest instrument. One of the loudest instruments in the world. Are there any? I think all wind instruments are loud. No, the clarinet wasn't loud. Maybe because it was much lower. Clarinet was a much lower instrument. This is a high instrument, very high. Could be quieter. Or maybe I shouldn't play it anymore. Alright, I'm too scared to play. I'm done. I don't play it anymore. You know the song. La 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 I can't sing very high. I'm not a soprano. I'm a middle, a mezzo. La 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 That's about my favorite part. And then the landing part, I forgot how it is. Da 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 da. Da 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 Okay, I forgot it completely, but I can play it for you. Slower part, not too loud. No, it's still very high. Forget about it. I'm sorry. It's exactly 12 in the morning, 12 in the midnight. I'd like to share with you my YouTube recommendation page. I think it's really cozy to watch camping. Not that I'm interested in it, I'm not. It's just really satisfying to watch them do it. To set up, like, it's really cozy to watch it in bed or at home. I don't like to camp personally. I like to sleep on the solid bed. The only thing I like about camping is the food. I think it's so fun to cook outside. I have never done it. I think it makes the food more tasty. Oh my god, it just looks so good, the food they cook. Whatever it is, could be food that I will never eat. But they cook outdoors just so nice. And I think I really like trains. I have never. Oh yeah, I have. I have many times ridden a sleeper train, but nothing like this. It was just for traveling, not for enjoying. Yeah, I wasn't good because you had to share a room with other people. I actually didn't know this kind of thing existed before I saw these videos. And what is this? The North Cabin off-grid shower. Actually, what is this? What's this channel? I don't think I've ever watched it, but I think it just says small cabin. Again, it's very outdoor. Many outdoor contents actually I watch. And I'm not an outdoor person. I just like to watch. I like the feeling of, I don't know. I just don't know how to describe it. I like this. I don't know how to describe it. The outdoor, like the extreme sports. I really like the energy. Not that I personally, I will never do any extreme sports. I'm not a person, except for I would like to try like what is it called? Parachute, like jumping from a airplane and or helicopter, but well with somebody right behind you. I'd like to try it, and I think that's cool. And I actually would like to try a bit of everything. I like to try skiing too. And actually, I haven't exercised for so long. What does it feel like to do sports? I don't remember. My favorite sport is a bicycle. What? A cycling. It's called cycling. And unfortunately, where I live, it's just in winter nowadays. It's okay, but the summer here lasts for like a half a year. So it's just you just really can't do sports. What I would like to do, I would love to go to gym, and there are no gyms here either. I kind of miss gym. Just missing the feeling. I don't know. Actually, I can do it at home. Maybe I could try that, but then I have to I watch my diet. I don't like that. I have to eat enough protein every day. Otherwise, I'm just doing it for nothing. Right? You would lose your muscles. You don't get enough protein if you do gym. And this again, I think it's just, I really like this outdoorsy vibe. I personally don't like anything that's tiring. If I just like people, for example, those people that hike with a heavy backpack on their back. Oh my god. I can't even take a walk with my bag with more than one phone in my bag. If I were to walk, I need to have absolutely nothing on me. Just walking. And I would love that. I love it. And then I'm a picky sleeper too. I gotta have everything right. The pillow has to be right. I just can't believe. Yesterday I watched this video where this person. I just don't want these videos to be playing when I'm talking. So I don't want YouTube to detect that there are other people's contents in my video and then take down my video. It had happened. I changed the settings and now it doesn't play anymore. So I was saying yesterday, the day before yesterday, again, this outdoor video of a group of people hiking in, I don't know, I think in somewhere in Europe, in the complete wilderness, where some free cabins were built just for hikers to sleep in. Just a room basically with beds. You can go there to sleep there freely. And then there are only 6 beds. And you can encounter strangers that are already in there. So these people, these YouTubers were there. And then unfortunately, 2, I think, other strangers already took about some beds, and then there weren't enough beds for them, so some of them had to sleep on the next to the window on the heart, like a wood, right? The place built with wood. This wood board they had to sleep on. And that person said they slept very well. What the fuck? I can never. I need the pillow to be of a certain height. And I need the middle of the pillow to be lower than the edge of the pillow. Because that matches the shape of my head. And I need the mattress to be not too soft, not too hard. And I need to be not too cold. I can't ever sleep at all if I feel cold. If I feel hot, I will also sweat. Like I would wake up with my whole back completely wet, like as if I just had taken a shower. And I need to wear. I cannot hear anything when I sleep, so I wear earplugs. I can't believe that person slept on the wood board and said they had a good night's sleep. And the bed, oh my god, that place is so narrow. I just can't imagine. Also, the beds in that place, they're not even beds. They're just boards, barely soft. I can't sleep on that at all. I don't know how they can do that. I don't think I'm the most picky sleeper. I'm just a normal, average. I think it's just very normal and reasonable requirements. You don't want noises, but some people can literally sleep during anything, anywhere. They can like hear things, and that won't wake them up. Well, I guess for me too. In the morning when I wake up, and when I go back to sleep, like in the morning when you wake up, normally you would get up, but in the morning somehow I can literally sleep with dogs barking outside. I can't hear them. And I have my earplugs off in the morning. Literally about 1 hour before I need to get up, or yeah, just in the morning. I don't know. It's like a magic. In the morning, I just feel like I've worn enough earplugs, and I take them off, and it can be so loud outside, like the dogs barking. I can just sleep so soundly, and like I won't be waking up. That's just really, really fun. But when I'm going to sleep, I can't hear anything, and anything would just make me mad. Ugh. Oh, shit, I thought I wasn't recording. I thought I was just talking to myself. I want to share with you. Let's just share with you the rest, like insulated tent and then a lot of animal videos. Yeah, it was this person, this guy here. He said he had a good night's sleep. That's just so funny. He said it was good because it was next to this huge window, and outside he could see stars, and in the morning he could see the sunrise. Also, I have to sleep for exactly this amount of, I have to, you can't. I just have to sleep enough. Some people just don't care. Like this person I met, he literally for 20 years he slept for just 5 hours per night. What the fuck, man? Actually, I did something like that too when I was in high school. Not because I wanted to, but I was, you were literally forced to sleep for just the 6 fucking hours a night, and I functioned, and and I got good grades and everything. Oh my god, I can't believe how, like, I literally was surviving during high school. Remember, I told you, I think, more than once that back in high school I was avoiding meat. So I wasn't getting any protein per day. I had no idea about nutrition or protein intake. I had no idea. I just wanted to avoid meat. I just not avoid meat, just not eating meat at all. So I would eat milk, drink milk sometimes, or soy milk, or I would eat eggs. That was it. And on average, I think my protein intake on average during those 2 years was like about 0 to 5. I think 5 isn't too much. On average, it would be about 1 gram of protein per day. I was not getting protein, and I was sleeping for 6 hours a day and studying for 11 hours a day. And I think everything was fine. Like, you would think you'd get sick or what. Not at all. Everything was fine. Except for being sleepy. But I'm now sleeping 8 to 10 hours a day. On average, 8+ hours a day. I still feel sleepy all day. I just sleep until I naturally wake up, until I can't bear bed anymore. I can't stand sleeping anymore. I get up. I just don't like to be woken up. I like to wake up myself. Yeah. I don't think I can ever be woken up. I don't know. I haven't tried it anymore. I'm someone that just doesn't have a schedule. Just can't. Like, a schedule is like almost like some bars, some iron bars in your life that limits you rather than hell. I just don't like the feeling of the rigidness. It's just not me. I think everybody should live like this. Spontaneity is the let's just not talk about that, because I feel like you're not gonna why should I think that way? What I want to say is the people that would listen to me already know, already follow, or already live by what I'm trying to talk about. And people that aren't living by what I talk about won't believe me, won't buy into what I want to say either. So there's no point talking about it, right? Like, if you talk about follow your heart, people that would agree with me already follow their heart. People that don't follow their heart, They don't listen. They don't agree anyway. So what's the point of talking about it? Well, that's not a good example actually, because I know it is interaction. I need to listen to people talking about following their heart, even though I do it like it's the only thing that I care about. And I take it to the extreme. And no, I shouldn't say there. It's never extreme. It's never extreme. It's extreme when you're not doing it 100%. Why would you ever spend... Okay, let's just stop here because that's not the point of the video. What I wanted to say is, why would you ever spend any second of your life not following your heart? Why would you ever make a single decision about your life not following your heart? That is extreme. That is extreme. Why would you ever do that? I've not been able to. I just cannot resonate with that anymore. Like, in depth. Not resonating with that anymore. Or I don't think I've ever resonated with that. I don't think how that could actually exist. Alright, and then I learned, I think YouTube added this new function, that is to have the end of the scroll. Normally you can scroll down forever, but now there is a bottom. And this bottom is getting actually shorter. Like, normally you had to scroll a bit longer. My favorite song, Oh Holy Night. Not my favorite, but one of my. And again, I just like the melody. It's just the best. And this person plays it the best. This person, I'll show you. Oh my god, it's shocking when I first listened to it. It's so good. So good that you can't listen to it every day. Oh, but I'm not sure. Actually, I've not listened to many versions of this song, but I just know this is... I mean, it did shock me when I first listened to it. That was also one of the first times I've listened to this song played by the cello. You gotta give it a listen. I actually don't think I like any instrument other than the cello, or the cello sound. I don't like any other instrument. I maybe like the drum set. I compared with the cello, all the other instruments, I literally have no interest. Their sounds are just... I don't like it at all. I don't even like the piano. I mean, I only like the piano when I don't think about the cello. When there's cello, I don't want to listen to the piano. I didn't know this was this guy. I thought I just started watching him recently, but this is a very old video. Like, I put in my watch later playlist many months ago. I didn't know it was him. That's about my recommendation. I personally don't resonate with Rumi. You might think I do. I actually don't resonate with most people in the world because they don't follow their heart 100%. They still say things. But I don't like to talk about what's not resonating anymore. I just talk about what resonates. And what resonates, it just... I just hope that I get reunited with people that truly can resonate with what I represent sooner. Okay, I hope they can be watching this video or somehow something happen. Well, I know, like, it's gonna happen soon. Whatever way. whatever way. Anyway, yeah, I have this bug video too. So basically, this person films the insects in slow motion when they fly. Oh my god, they're so beautiful. Makes you want to cry. They're so beautiful. Any bug. Any bug. They're so beautiful. I really miss talking to a like-minded person. Last time was just. I wonder if he's still alive. Like this person I mentioned before. Doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter. I mean, if they're still alive means they're still here in this game, Earth Online. They're not. They've exited the game and back to the real reality, where there's complete, just the real reality where we all came from. If he's there now, then he would be watching me, be listening to me right now. If he was still on the Earth, that'd be great too. But actually, I would wish everybody an early death. That's what I wish for. That's the best thing that could ever happen to you. I wanted to talk about it reminded me of, when I sleep, I hate to hear noises. Let's just talk about the part that I want to talk about was when I was sleeping with when I was a kid, I was sleeping in the same room with my grandparents. My grandpa, holy fuck. You fucking snored. Oh my god. It was so fucking annoying. I don't know how I went through all those nights. Oh, one thing is I had no problem with him snoring if I had fallen sound asleep. It's when I was trying to fall asleep, or when I was falling asleep, when I was just asleep. I don't know how I lived through those. I don't know how long we slept together in the same room. I think some nights he didn't snore, or some nights I fell asleep before he started to snore very loudly. But oh my god, it was just, or maybe they just didn't. I actually don't have I think they didn't stay with me in the same room for very long, but I don't remember. I think maybe just for one semester. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember. My grandpa really likes to play the chess. If only he could meet my other grandpa. And they both like playing chess. They would be great friends. Unfortunately, his two families are enemies. I don't like to talk about things that just are sad. Right now, let's talk about something happy. Let me think about something happy to talk about. Sometimes I keep, because my current life is completely empty and I have nothing to think about a future. Because it's completely blank and empty as well. So most of my time, just my mind goes to the past. I think it's meant to, like this period of my life, I'm supposed to think about the past. And because I remember when I had something to do, when my life isn't empty, when I have things to think about, the current or the future, I never go to the past. I don't remember thinking about the past when I was studying in the UK. I was busy. I was thinking about, homework or friends or classmates. Things like that. I don't remember spending time ruminating about the past, but I do that heavily every day. Maybe it's meant to. So I was thinking about Just feel there's a gap between us. I feel like you're judging me again. I don't feel very welcomed. Like this energy doesn't feel right. Why would you be judging me? What would you be judging me for? Let me think about it. I can just feel something like in me, not you. I know it's still in me. Some gap that just it's not setting the energy right for me to want to talk about some things. I just feel like you're judgmental right now. It's been 4 minutes in this video. Again, I don't want strangers to watch this video, but the thing is, nobody's watching my videos. At least I had a nice day, I think. Oh, let's talk about this game, Dice Folk. Still remember it? And it's not difficult at all, because I'm not even good at this kind of game, and also, this game needs you. Like, I make mistakes all the time when I play the game, and I still won. Before I realized I won without losing. I only lost in the beginning, when I was learning how to play the game. Like, I lost for 3 times, and then I started winning. And I just only lost for 2 more times. I just went, it's a roguelike game, right? If you lose, you start over. But, like, I only lost twice. I've kept winning, and it's just so easy. It's not hard at all. If it's hard, it won't allow you to make any mistakes. It's just so easy. I didn't even need to plan. Some harder games need you to plan ahead. I don't even need to really have a coherent strategy, like making all your units cooperating with each other. I didn't even need to have that. It's just not hard at all. You just swing by. It's just not hard. So I don't want you to feel like it's a hard game and you don't want to play it. It's not hard. It's not easy, of course. Strategy games, if they're easy, it's not fun. It's not easy, but it's not hard at all. I know difficult games, like in PvP, I just can't win at all. When I reach a certain level, people just get too good. Like, they're just calculating all the time. I don't like that. And I also don't like to think ahead. That's why I don't like playing chess. I hate chess. You have to think ahead. Like, you have to plan. I'm a very spontaneous person. I function in real time. I don't like to think ahead. I just don't like to do that. That's like a left brain function. And I'm a very spontaneous person, I think. And the world needs to be more like that, because the world is the opposite right now. The world doesn't allow spontaneity. You have to follow rules. You have to arrive on time. Otherwise, you get punished or blah, blah, blah. There's just a very left brain world. We don't need that anymore. Or we actually don't need any of that. You might disagree, because you're thinking with your left brain. You're thinking, how can it be if we don't have any rules, blah, blah, blah? Then the world will be a mess, blah, 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 blah. Because you're thinking in that way, you can't see anything other than what you're looking through. If you're looking through orange glasses, you can only see orange. You can't understand what I'm talking about at all. If you try to just take off your orange glasses, and then actually this is another thing. Like, people that can understand me are already living spontaneously. People that are not spontaneous, they cannot understand. They're just gonna disagree with you. They think it's because they understand what you're talking, but they don't. I would say that there are no agreements or disagreements in the world. There are only understanding or misunderstanding. Agreements, like, their disagreements always meaning misunderstanding. There are no real agreements or disagreements. I'm absolutely sure I can assure, if there was a way like, if I don't know how to say this, if, like, let's just, if there was an ultimate machine that knows everything 100%, there's nothing that it doesn't know. It knows all the answers to every single question, any question you could come up with. Let's say that ultimate universe machine, you ask it, and you just ask it if I'm right about it. And I can assure, I'm absolutely sure that it will say, I am right. I am absolutely sure that there are no real, there are no agreements or disagreements. There are only understandings and misunderstandings in the world. Only that. And I feel very aligned when I say it, and that is another proof. You know, this, you know, when you follow your heart, when you say something following your heart. And I just feel like if I had like-minded people, my kindred souls listening to me, I never needed to over-explain myself. They understand immediately what I'm talking about. In fact, I'm not telling them anything new. They already know what I'm talking about. They're just like, yeah, you get me, actually. I thought I was the only person thinking that way. You really get me. What you said is exactly what I know to be true. Or I miss that feeling of talking to someone that's on the same page, that just can understand you immediately. I've had that experience. When will I have it again? I have to assume that the person listening to me right now is one of those. Otherwise, there's no point making this video at all, actually. Yeah. I kind of want to stop filming right now because I can't. Sometimes I just can't. I just feel like this person listening to me right now is not understanding me. It's all in my mind. It's all me. I know it's all me. There's a part of me doubting, another part of me. There's a part of me that just isn't heart-centered. Always tries to follow the brain, follow the left brain. Always live in fear or anxiety or conditioning from the world, which tells the opposite things that the heart would say. It's there, and what can I do about it? What I do know is that I can't possibly make any decisions out of that anymore. So I can keep talking and keep making me feel a lot of fear and anxiety, because it's really convincing, you know? But then I'm not capable anymore of making decisions out of that anxiety. I have to follow my fear, my heart, wherever it leads me, even though I can't see anything in front of me. But my fear would tell me, stop, take a different route. Stop moving forward this way. Stop. But I can't anymore. And I just have grown more clear about this. I wasn't this sure, but I am now. And I'm still as scared as fuck. But I can see there's no other way, and I am happily sad, happily scared. I could die, but who cares? I don't care. I have to only follow the heart. And the heart won't kill me, even though I can't see that. I can't believe in anything. Or I just sometimes just can't believe. Or too scared.
too anxious, but there's no other way, and I know it is the right way. And I'm being helped by my father, my grandpa, and the other people that I've forgotten when I was born. That we all have forgotten, we all have taken on amnesia. Oh, is the right way to pronounce it? Amnesia. To have forgotten many things, many people. I think it's just so romantic to think that these people probably I have known forever, but now I can't remember them at all. They're invisible, they're inside of me. And I can't remember them. I only know my father because, he was my father, and I've met him here in my life, in this life, and my grandpa too. I don't know anybody else. I don't like to use this term, but for example, spirit guide is like you're surrounded by them. They're here all the time. They can hear every single one of your thoughts. They know what's going on in you. 100%. They know you better than you do. Because they can see everything. Real time too. Everything about you. Inside out. Nothing they don't know about you. They know you better than you do. And you have known them for eternity. But now I can't remember any of them. Well, I guess it's the same situation for you too. It's the same for everybody here. What kind of video game are we in? I want to ask. What kind of thing is it? I still have the most fundamental question. I can't answer that at all. I have been able to answer many questions, but that one still remains. So, how about we talk more about video games? Maybe not, because it's pretty sad too. How about we talk about... Oh, let's talk about this. When I was 16, I just wanted to study music. No, I wanted to learn singing. I want to go to study music in university or college. But apparently, I don't know if it's that in your country, in your society. In the society where I'm come from, only people that are bad at school go to study art or music. And I unfortunately or fortunately was a good student with good grades, and they wouldn't allow me to study music. But they really, today I still can't believe that they did that. They let me to go to the music classroom during self-studying sessions. So basically, after lunch, we needed to return to the classroom to study for an hour before taking a long nap time. And that's about more than 1 hour long. And then after dinner, the same every day. It's after dinner you have a self-study session for 50 minutes. And then the night classes begin. And they allowed me to use all the and there are also self-study classes, not out of these 2 periods of the day. Some classes are actually self-study classes, like 50 or 40, I don't remember how long is a class. I think 50 minutes, yeah. 50 minutes is how long a class is. So basically, some classes are self-study classes, normally in the afternoon. One of the last classes of the daytime. And I was allowed to use all of the self-study sessions to go to the music classroom. I can't even believe that they did that. They allowed me. So yes, holy cow, I still can't believe they did it. And yeah, I was so free. I could go to use the music classroom during these times, these hours. And I had so much freedom. I would just sing, and I had no idea how to sing. I thought I had. I downloaded some classes from the internet, but I was doing everything wrong. I didn't even know that I couldn't sing on tune. I still can't sing on keys. Is that the right way to say it? Like, it's just kind of hard for me to do it. I didn't know I couldn't sing. I was singing off key. Yeah. Only I don't know when I started to realize. Fuck, it's so sad when I realized that. But I think I was doing some things right. But today I have much more clarity on what I need to do. But I just don't think I have the passion for singing as I did. And I would just practice a little bit of guitar. I don't remember what I did. In fact, I just was so free. I was doing whatever the hell I wanted. I could roam around the campus too. Nobody would care. And our campus had, you would think like my high school life was a hellish, because I told you, but it was not. It was like the best 2 years of my life. I don't know, it's just, there are parts, I was so free. And I was so me, I was completely me. And our campus had it was beautiful. My hometown is a beautiful place. The climate was really nice, and the clouds, the sky, super beautiful, the clouds. And also many mountains. It was a mountainous place. It's actually a plateau. And the campus, I think, was beautiful because there were many trees. And there was a pond right in front of the classroom. The teaching building. And there was a pond, and there were, how do you call those fish that are red and yellow and big, and they're pretty. They're just normally put in those ponds, and I would feed them. The fish. They're so funny. They clutter in front of you. I think fishes are just cute as well. They're just not less cute than any other animals. You think fishes are just not real animals, you think, but they are as animal as any other animals. They're no less animal than any other animal. I mean, they're just as cute. If you like animals at all, you would like fish as well. They're just so, like, all animals in the world, they drool. They drool for food. They just, like dogs, if you eat in front of them, if you eat in front of your dog, they would just be staring at you. Same with the fish. Whenever I go there, they just start to clutter in front of you and they're looking at you. And I would just feed them, right? They eat just anything. You can feed them anything, they can eat it. Oh my god, I miss them actually. I live by the sea, but I can't feed them here because it's the ocean. You don't get to see fish clutter in front of you. But if you're in a lake or a pond, I mean, but people here, they fish. There are a lot of fishermen here. They fish a lot. I miss feeding fish. And there's the park. There are parks here that allow you to feed fish with how do you call that? A baby bottle, like a bottle that you use to feed babies with a pacifier, right? The pacifier, so the babies suck liquid out of the bottle through the pacifier, that kind of bottle, baby bottle. And some parks allow you to do that to fish. Oh my god, when I saw it, unfortunately, I was still a minor. I was 16 with my family. I didn't have money for my own money, so they wouldn't allow me to do it. Like, it was kind of expensive too, which is kind of, they were suckers. Why did they made the price so high? Otherwise, I could have tried it. I would absolutely love to feed a fish with a baby bottle. Just imagine that, a fish trying to. I just can't. How can that even be possible? I was shocked when I read the sign. Like, you could use a baby bottle. Is that how you call it? A baby bottle? Or a pacifier bottle? How do you call that kind of bottle? I don't know. But you know what I'm talking about. Because everybody knows about that. Everybody used it when they were young. And yeah, the fish. And then there was this giant tree right in front of the same teaching building. And there was this, again, a little field of woods of just trees, and I never see anybody else in there. I seem to be the only person that would go there. I would go there every single day because I think, like I said, I'm about 90 to 70% introverted, and unfortunately, I had to spend literally 24 hours with people, even when you're sleeping, because you live in dorms in the room with many other students. So you have literally no alone time. So whenever I had any time for free, I would just spend it alone. Like, literally, not even consciously, just unconsciously, I just wanted to go somewhere quiet. Today, I do the complete opposite. Whenever possible, I want to go outside to stay with people. Because I got 30 to 40% of part of me that needs to be with people. Like, for 30 to 40% of my day. I guess I don't know, but I don't think that's what this data means. It's not what it means. It just means, like, I don't know what it means. Like, the more introverted you are, like, the more percentage you are being introverted, the more you need time alone. Now I'm literally completely alone 24 hours if I don't go out. Staying at home, I'm just completely alone. So I have to go out, literally try to go out every day. Even when I go out, I'm still alone, right? Because it's other people, I just get to watch them, right? I don't get to socialize with them at all. I just watch them. I just stay among them. And then, so I have to stay outside. I want to stay outside 24 hours. I literally don't want to go indoors at all. I just want to sit outside. Not literally. Sometimes I still feel kind of, I want to go home. But I want to spend, I think most of my daytime outdoors among people. People just are passerbys. They just sit around me in the sun, or just sometimes they listen to me playing the tin whistle. I mean, I make them listen, right? I just play next to them. They gotta listen. But I also don't. I kind of try to quiet the instrument again because I don't want to draw attention. Because people here, they watch you when you play some instrument, obviously. Anywhere you go, when you play in music, they watch you. And I kind of don't want it. Because I also am afraid. I'm not afraid of that anymore. So, and what was I talking about? Yeah, I would just go around. I had so much free time, even if it sounds like I had no freedom at all, because I had to study. We had to study for more than 11 hours today. It sounded like no freedom at all, but I felt like I had so much freedom every day, because I get to spend the noon every day noon. We have like almost how many hours? Actually, almost 2 hours of nap time. It's not like, so literally nap time. And I only take a nap for, I would only take a nap for 10 minutes. I'm not a nap person. I never sleep when it's not nighttime. I never sleep when it's not nighttime. So I would just take a nap for 10 minutes, even though I slept for just 6.5 hours a day as a 16-year-old. I think many teenagers, they don't really sleep. But for me, I would love to have more sleep. And even though I was the earliest person, because I wanted to avoid the rest of the classmates, right, in the same dorm. Because I wanted some alone time. Somehow I just unconscious was seeking more alone time. So I tried to avoid them. So I woke up the earliest in the morning, and I just left them. I left the dorm early without washing my face, without brushing my teeth. Because in the classroom there was a washing room with the water. So I go there in the classroom completely quiet, right? I could do it alone. And I had this person, I don't know what, like I don't know, want to talk about it. Like you could say my high school crush, I was also their crush. So it was like mutual. I don't know if they knew it, but I knew. And it was just so happy whenever I saw him. I was just so happy to see him, even though we would never speak. It was just enough. I just wanted to see him. And we would only text once a month because we were not allowed to bring our phones to school. It sounded like a prison. But again, I felt complete freedom to be me. I could be me. I was me. And mostly because I was a good student. I don't know if that was because of that, or I think mostly it was because I was being me. Being you is unstoppable. When you are being you, unapologetically, people make way for you. That's what happened. Everybody just knew I was me. I could just feel it. Everybody knew I was shining like a sun. I feel being me was shining like a sun. Even though, again, I was... Oh, let me tell you this other thing. Other than having made written a stage show to play and having won the first place in that talent, it was not a competition though. Nobody said it was a competition, so I didn't know that they were ranking us at all until we received the news, but nobody cared that we won the first place and there were some little humble prizes for us. Nobody, I think we knew it was ranked, but I really didn't give a shit because I was doing it for the sake of doing it, not for winning anything. I don't think anybody cared about that either. Nobody actually was focusing. We were just trying to have fun or trying to complete the task because everybody was required to be on stage because it was an event for us to show ourselves. And so you could do anything. And I was the only person. Everybody else, don't remember what everybody else did. I have no idea. I don't know why I don't remember. I think I didn't watch, or maybe because they mostly just danced or sang. Pretty boring. I don't remember what other people did. And I think what I did was probably the most unique thing ever. Nobody else did this. I wish I could go back and rewatch it. Also, I know, like, my crush, right? He prepared a song to sing with 2 other classmates. I saw it on the program, the list, on the name list. I saw him, and I saw like he was gonna sing a song, and it was this song, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. Da 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 da. That song, I don't know how to sing it actually. I tried to sing it with the ukulele, but it's just singing. It's just hard for me. Some people, it's natural for some people, but it's just hard for me. It's from literally my. It used to be my favorite movie, Zootopia. There's no art from any other movies can compare with the art of this movie. The art of this movie is just so fantastic. I mean the colors. It's just so good. I want to live in a country in that world with all the the warm, heartwarming colors. They're so you can I cannot have I don't have words to express how aligning these colors and the colors of this movie are. And I watched Zootopia 2 a few days ago, and I actually like Zootopia 2 better because it's more emotionally profound. The first one was mostly about the plot, I think. About the plot. The second one is, I think it has just more emotional profundity. Even if I think the second movie is just not as good. The plot, like the logic, like when you watch a movie, you need some movie, the plot just doesn't make sense, and the second one just makes less sense than the first one, but it has more emotional profundity. I really like. It just really moved me deeply, that part. So I actually like that one better. And I just love the Zootopia city. It's just the colors. I mean, oh my god, the colors. They're just so profoundly heartwarming. That's just how I can describe it. I wanna live in that. When I first watched the movie, I have never felt differently. I watched Zootopia 1. I think it came out about a decade ago, right? I don't remember. Was it how long ago? It was a long time ago, and I have watched hundreds of movies during these years. Not a single one has better art than Zootopia. And my favorite movies are I would say Toy Stories. 1 and 3, I think. I remember 1 and 3. They're just, I love them so much. These two, I watched them, I don't know, half a year ago maybe. I don't know if I would still agree with me from half a year ago, but when I watched them, I watched are there 5 or 4 in total? My favorite 1 and 3. My least favorite is the last one. I think they're making a new one, and I can't wait to watch. And literally, I think Toy Stories are the only movie series that the newer ones can get even higher ratings than the older ones. Normally, movies that come with how do you call that? Like movie 1 and then a 2 would always get a rating lower than the 1. Because they decided to make a 2 because the 1 sold, right? Sold well. So they decided to make a 2. The 2 is made just to make more money. The first is made probably with some heart, but the second one just made to just get more money. But Toy Story is different. Toy Story 3 is literally, I think it's even better than 1. I don't remember actually. I just wish I could forget about the movies and forget about Toy Stories. Like forget everything about them and be able to watch them again. That's the best comment you can give to anything, including video games. If it's so good, you literally want to forget about it completely to play it all over again. That's just how good it is. And same with Toy Stories. I actually don't remember about them very well. I probably can watch again. Maybe after a year or two, I would forget about them completely. I would be able to watch them again. But some movies, if they're really good, I literally can watch. I can remember that. Like I remember Coco. I think Coco's really good too, but it has this. But it's the colors in Coco are just a little darker. But I think Coco's very nice too. It has flowers. It's just like these Disney or Pixar. Is it called Pixar? Pixar movies. The colors are just so good. Actually, again, another favorite movie of mine is Despicable Me. Is that the right way to pronounce the title? I don't remember the English title. It's Despicable Me. despicable or what. You know what I'm talking about. These little yellow people. I hate them actually. They're shallow, they're loud, and I don't like that. But the emotion and profundity, it's just so touching. It's just unforgettable. I just can't forget that moment. And I think the same with Toy Story. I would like anything, not just movies, anything that I like. It's because of the warmth I felt or the profundity. And so I haven't even started to talk about this. Other than having written a small stage show, I did something else that impressed everybody. I would like to be impressive. Somehow, I had never drawn, but I had never done what I did, but I knew I could do it. I knew that I just don't know. I just knew that if you gave me a picture of somebody, I could draw it like a printer. I just knew I could do it. I had never done it before, ever. And every year the school would have an art event, literally in December. Every year is a different date, but someday in December there's an art event, art and sports event. Right, there were sport competitions. Anybody can join, can participate in. You could run, you could race, you could do this and that. I don't think I ever participated in anything. And I'm not a sport person. I don't care about sports. Least of all winning, no. But I participated in the art, or I don't know if you were required to do something or not. But I think I did something every year. I don't remember actually. Maybe not every year. Just the last 2 years I did something. And the last time I did it, it was just so impressive because I did this thing. I decided to draw somebody. Well, not a person from the class, but I needed a picture, so I had to buy. They sell stickers of celebrities, right? You get stickers. So I went to the supermarket and the school supermarket, school store. That probably can't be called a supermarket, to get a sticker of any celebrity I could find that seemed easy to draw, but it was real picture of that person. I chose. How to pronounce her name? This girl. Da, 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 skater boy. Da, 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 da. That girl. Her name started with an A, and she's American, I think. Rock and roll. Da 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 da. You know her with the smoky eyes, always with her hair down. And there's another song of hers that I really liked. I don't like it anymore. I think I listened for too many. Actually, I want to remember that song, but I completely have no clue now. I remember I fell in love with that song, and that's the only song of hers that I was obsessed with for a while. And typical me, I can only be obsessed with something for just a period of a time, and I literally get bored of it completely. It can be a video game or a song. I just can't. If I find a good song, I don't dare to listen to it for too many times because I would just soon just get tired of it. So when I find a good song, I try not to listen to it too frequently, so that it can last longer. And I get really obsessed with the song when I like it. And you know what I'm talking about, the Skater Boy, that song, everybody knows it. It was so popular. And I found a sticker of hers because she looked easy to draw, that picture. And I decided to spend 4 hours. I don't know when, I think it was a Sunday afternoon. Every Sunday afternoon, we got a whole afternoon for free. Oh my God, that sounded just so sad, right? It sounds like we only have one afternoon for free every week. And that is the case. Actually, it was only every 2 weeks we got one Sunday afternoon for free. and every month we gotta go home because it was a boarding school. It sounded like a hell, right? But again, I told you it was the best 2 years of my life, and because I was so free and I was so me, and I was shining like a sun. And I felt that was how it felt like. And I decided to do this. Decided to spend that afternoon. I literally, when I finished the drawing, it was already dark, and I brought it in the classroom. I think everybody was quietly shocked. Nobody, like, they didn't say anything, but I knew they were all shy, including the teacher, because again, the teacher, the head teacher of the class. Like I said, only bad students studied art. So they wouldn't encourage you in the direction of art. So when the teacher saw my drawing, I knew he was impressed, probably shocked too, but he didn't say anything. I knew everybody was shocked. Whoever saw it was surprised, because I literally copied that picture. I just put the picture next to a giant piece of paper, and I did everything with a pencil. And I only did this twice in my life because it's so boring. Because there's no creativity. You just copy and paste. I mean, I just, I put a picture next to the piece of paper, and I just draw it. And actually, the first time I did it, it wasn't so good. Maybe because I didn't have enough time. The second time I did it was again many years later, like about 7 years later. I never did it again. And I don't think I ever drew again either. I'm not a drawing person, like I said. I just did it to prove to my friend that I could do it, because I don't think he believed me. I told him, I said I could do this. And I don't think he believed me. So I just used his picture. To make it easier, I just turned it into black and white. It was on my phone, and I took a picture. I took a paper and I drew it. And I think it was 100, it was a 100% match. And it was so boring. I would not do it ever again. Maybe I would do it again, actually, because it's been so long. It's been 2 years. I haven't done it. I showed him, and I think he was shocked. I'm shaking because I feel whenever my body shakes, it's fearing something. Like, maybe I feel like I'm bragging, and I'm fearing that you'll be judging me or something. Like maybe you'd be jealous. So this is just the most ridiculous part. Nobody's gonna be jealous of what I said. Maybe you would, because most people haven't got to be themselves to the fullest, like I did. But I don't think somebody that would be jealous of me would be listening to me to this point. Please, if you're jealous of me, I don't think we're compatible. But that's just ridiculous. I don't think anybody would be jealous of me. Like, I didn't say any. I don't think I would have people that would be jealous of me in my life. Maybe I had some before. I don't think so. It's always me. I'm the most jealous person that I know. Nobody gets jealous. And, yeah. Oh my god, I feel so much boundary between us right now. Hamper is the right word. Hamper. Or a border, a boundary, what's the right word? Barrier. The barrier. I feel this barrier between us that I created. That's in my mind, but it feels just like it's from you. Like you're being jealous or judgmental or criticizing. But it's all me, because there's only me here. I don't even know who you are, or whether or not throughout the whole history of humanity would anybody watch this video, or watch every single minute of my video. Would there ever be one single human being existing throughout the entire, not just the history, but the entire existence of humanity, not only today, but the entire future of humanity. Will there ever exist one person to watch every single second of every single one of my videos? I shouldn't go there. It just starts to get sad. And it doesn't matter to me. I think, yes, actually, I'm not sad at all. I am confident that, and absolutely, I will be listened to. I will be understood in whatever way. These videos are not made in vain. At least they're good for me. I get to feel connected. This is actually a very important way for me to feel connected. If I, like, in this specific period of my life, and hopefully, which is ending soon. And yeah, I do know it. I was gonna say hopefully, but I realized I know it for sure. And let me see if there's anything else I want to share. So this guy, my high school crush, his classroom, like, we had fixed classrooms, right? Fixed classmates. So his classroom was right next to my. There was only. Okay, there was only the stairs in between us, our classrooms. There were 4 classes in the grade: class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4. And I was in class 1. He was in class 2. And literally, we were the first classes of this experiment. They were doing an experiment to. Usually, you have middle school and high school, 3 years of each, but they were doing this experiment of shortening the middle school years to be 2, adding that extra year to high school years. So we had 4 years of high school and 2 years of middle school. I actually didn't even feel that long. I don't know if that's what happened exactly. It didn't feel like we had it for 4 years. Why does it feel like for me like the high school only lasted for 2 years? When did it actually, maybe because the first 2 years was not memorable at all. Because the highlight of my life was the last 2 years after I turned 16. And I think I was famous also because I asked to study music. Somehow the whole grade knew. because because message spread, I don't know how, but the whole grade were on the same floor. In every class, like, also because we were remingled. We were not like, actually, class 1, for example, had different students in it, but I think in the second year of high school, it was remingled because we got to choose which subjects we wanted to focus on. Would you focus in art, or I mean, not art again? Art meant not art, but I think human. What is it called in English? Like history, politics, and geography. If you would choose science, it would be physics, chemistry, and what is it called? Biology. And I chose, obviously, the former because I'm just not a left brain person. And I think the math classes we were having were more than enough. Also, I got much better grades in the former subjects than the latter, especially during the last exam. It was crystal clear. And so I chose that effortlessly. It was an effortless decision. For some people, they had to sort of struggle to choose which one because they didn't know. So the class was remingled, So maybe before you were in class 2, now you're in class 1. That's how any message could get spread quickly, because you know somebody. Like everybody knows somebody from a different class somehow. Like class 1 now has students from every other classes. Like, yeah, literally. So obviously, if you're now in class 1, but you came from class 4, then you would know everybody from class 4, right? So yeah, and I think the dorms also are kind of mingled. Like, not only class students from the same class live in the same dorm. So, for example, classmate students from more than one classes could be assigned into the same dorm. I have no idea, because my dorm had only classmates from my class, but I don't know about other dorms. And we had only 20 people in one class. Only 10 females and 10 males. Literally that. Well, that was not done intentionally. It just happened to be that way. We just happened to have exactly 10 male and females. I just took a pee break. And yeah, and that was just so, I don't know. I just loved and also many activities were arranged during those years. For example, every month we would have a couple of movie nights, the whole class watching a movie together. And that's just my favorite moments of my whole life. Because of the vibe, the feeling. I don't know how to describe it to you. Not about the movies. Not at all. I don't even remember which movies we watched. I only liked that night when we watched. I told you about it many times. This movie, Busan, Train to Busan, is a Korean movie, and it's a horror movie. It was not. It was just so memorable because of how touching it was. It was so touching that after finishing watching the movie, I wasn't feeling scared at all. I told you about it in a previous video. I don't know if I uploaded that part. And also that's where I knew the song. Hello, how I could play it on tin whistle. Actually, I haven't. I actually don't. I've never. I just not played that song. I don't remember. I need to start from the beginning. I can't just play. ah, oh yeah. Embrace. It's actually very good for my range. It's a song for metal, not a very high song. It was sung in a low range too. I could come from comfortably singing. And I think it's quite of a surprise that I'm not a soprano, because I think my voice is quite high and quite sharp when I speak. I don't think I give myself or anybody the impression that I'm nice. I feel like my voice is quite sharp and high. I don't know why I could be like a mezzo. Like normally people that are mezzo. I don't know if I'm actually using the word correctly or remembering the right word. Meaning people that sing, like you have high, middle, and low. Basically, you know what I mean for voice range. Some people have very high voice. They can sing naturally in a high range, and some people in the middle, some people low. And I think people that are in the middle range normally they don't speak like me. Normally they speak like this, right? They speak in an octave lower. I think this is how they would speak, like especially females. They should speak like this to be muscle. If I speak like this, right? I'm supposed to be a high, but I can't. I'm not. I'm just naturally a mezzo, and I'm just shaking a little again. I just feel I'm really scared of being judged. I feel like you hate me. Oh my god! But I know it sounds ridiculous, but it feels so real that it doesn't sound ridiculous. It sounds so real. It sounds exactly like you're hating me. Like you're finding me annoying, but it's just me finding myself annoying. Cause I'm it's I'm quite a very complicated person. So whatever when I used to use dating apps. Now I don't anymore because they shut down. When I used to use dating apps, when I see in profiles that I absolutely would swipe left, meaning reject. When I see people write in their profile, I like simple people. Where they say, I am a simple person. I always swipe left. Like whoever they are. Whenever I see that in a profile. Oh my god. Yeah, if they're either I'm looking for people that are simple, immediately swipe left because I don't think anybody is simple. I just think these people don't have self retrospection. People with a high level of retrospection, they understand themselves and other people deeply. They're aware of the complexity of themselves and others. They're just very I don't want to use that word, retrospective or profound people. People that are simple, that would call themselves simple, that are interested in simple people, are more externally focused. I think these people are normally more extroverted. So they're externally focused. They like to be stimulated shallowly. That's how I would say. From my perspective, I do see that as shallow. Like you like to do sports, you be sporty, going outdoors, just having your senses stimulated. Yeah, sensing. Like not every I think it's really so. That's why you want to use Jung's model, like this 16 standards, 16 16 aspects of a person: introverted, extroverted, intuition, sensing. I think it's just probably the most accurate model. At least for myself, it describes me 100%, and again, very accurately when I use that. When I use this model, not 100%. It's 70% accurate. It's only because I've only taken the uh, personality test. I've only like it's just if you want to be more accurate about your stuff, you gotta read the book about all these eight dimensions, sensing. Well, you just Google it. You will know what I'm talking about if you're new to. But I don't think anybody that's watching this video is new to that. I think people that are like-minded. I think every single person that's like-minded, a like-minded person of mine, they absolutely are familiar with personality tests because people like us, we're just really interested in ourselves and other people in this way, in this again retrospective way, or is I don't even know that's the right way to use this word. You're just more internally focused, and you're not more complicated than others. You're just aware of your complexity. So people, there are no simple people in the world. Everybody is a complex. That's why I always swipe left people that just use the word simple in their profile because I feel they're just in retrospective. It means, of course, we are not compatible at all. We wouldn't be able to hold any meaningful conversations. Meaningful always means profound for me. So let's continue with whatever I was talking about. I love talking about myself. And maybe because I just never got to do it in a way that's truly meaningful. Like, yeah, I actually don't remember ever talking about me in prolonged time in a meaningful way, like when I feel completely, not just profoundly understood. And yeah, literally never in my life I get to do it ever. Especially growing up, like I said, I've never had never met somebody that's again on the same on the same channel. They're all very different people, or they are all like I don't know. Let's just talk about what was I talking about before this? I think I was trying to say something else, but my throat's dry. Yeah, I was talking about the movie nights. They were so good. I loved those nights. I don't know, it just feels different when you're watching with your whole classmate. And then it's just so different. I remember this movie we watched. I don't like it. Actually, it's not a good movie, even though the theme is great. And I absolutely adored the theory they used. It's the language theory, meaning that's I don't know what it's called, but basically what it is you think ideology created language or ideology shaped language, but it's also the other way around. Meaning, if you learn a language, you would actually also somehow gain the ability that the language speakers have. For example, in I think in Africa or in South America, there is a I think I read it somewhere. I don't know. I think that's true. Like this specific type of language, like it's a very small language spoken by these people in this tribe or village or mountain or whatever it was. They can sense the location of things miles away when they themselves are inside a dark room with no windows. They can sense, like for example, they hunt, they can know where an animal is miles away, being in the room. So what this theory that I'm talking about says is that if you actually try to learn their language, you can acquire this ability. That's what the movie is about. The Arrival movie is about. It's called Arrival. It's about this. It's about aliens entering the Earth, and a group of researchers went to study them. I think I can spoil the movie for you because it's not a good movie. Like I said, even though it should be a good movie because it was adapted from a book, and the book is supposed to be really good. Otherwise, they wouldn't try to make it into a movie. But the movie was just not good. And the main researcher, she tried to communicate with the aliens. She decided to learn their language, and their language was completely different from ours, the aliens' language, because their language was in like written in this specific type of character that are circles. Also, they perceive time completely differently from us. We perceive time in a linear fashion, and they do it in a like just like their language characters, like their characters, this circle. They can see the entire like time as a completed circle. Like there's no beginning, no end, and they can see both for us future and past, because future and past are our concepts because we perceive time in a linear fashion, but they do it differently. Like they can perceive the entirety of time, in other words, because they perceive time as a circle, meaning no beginning, no end, no past, no future. Basically, they can see things in the future and past, because there is no future and past to them, because they perceive time differently. It's hard to understand because we perceive time differently. It's impossible to understand what it's like. And then this researcher, she studied their language. As she was learning the language, she started to perceive time differently. She was able to see the future. That's basically it. That's basically the movie. It's bad because the plot, which again, it was just not making a lot of sense. A lot of things were just not making sense. Like, when a movie isn't good, it's mostly because the plot doesn't make enough sense. It's just kind of weird. Like, the story wasn't told properly. Just kind of confusing. It was confusing. Many parts were just not completed. It just felt like a story was kind of just not a good, well told story. Yeah, I think that's just the. I want to just say the foundation of a movie is how well the story was told. But again, I don't think it's the most important part. The most important part is, again, the profundity of a movie. But obviously, that has to be supported by the storytelling. If you can't even tell the story, then how do you convey the profundity? How do you convey any meaning? But we can't have one without the other. And I have watched a fantastic movie that had absolutely perfect storytelling to the perfection. But because it was all about the plots, right? Some movies have just no profundity. And it's all about the twists and turns of the plot that just catch your eyes. Just how many turns there are, how surprising the ending is. That can just be so impressive. But again, it just has no profundity in it. And there are many movies out there like that. They get really high ratings, and I'm really against them. I'm shaking right now because I'm afraid that you're being judgmental. But again, anybody that listens to me to this point, I believe you should understand me, and meaning you are profoundly aligning with me. So you absolutely understand me. And like I said, there are no disagreements. There are only misunderstandings. And if you understand me, then you absolutely agree with me 100%. And there are no agreements nor disagreements. There are only understanding and misunderstanding. If you disagree with someone about something, you're just misunderstanding. You're just not understanding them. I'm shaking again because I feel like you're going to disagree with me. It's just something natural, not natural, a very unnatural thing to do, like to fear is a very unnatural thing. Especially, I'm having this reaction when I'm completely alone. But it's not like I'm alone because I know this video is gonna be uploaded. Why am I having an Irish accent? That's just the most bizarre. Sometimes I just pick up random accents out of nowhere. Sometimes I can have an Australian accent. It's just weird, just random. And what was I saying? I was talking about this. I was talking about the movie nights and this theory. That was just so fascinating when I learned about it because I'm just fascinated about the abstract things that also seem to be mystical. Especially this one is very, very mysterious, isn't it? Very mystical, and I know it's to be true. Although, because unfortunately, I have not learned any languages. I have only learned English, and I don't feel any changes happened to me. Maybe because it took a very long time. Like English learning happened across decade, not across. It just across a decade for me. So it was a very long time. Any changes that have happened, they happened very slowly and gradually. So probably I never noticed them. I really am interested in reading the book, but I wouldn't because it's just saying not a emotionally focused book. It's more about the theory itself, I think. Also, it has a very sad ending, the movie. I don't like it at all. It didn't have to be that way. It was just sad for the sake of being sad. Literally, it didn't have to be sad. And I think I'm just the most interesting person in the world. I'm definitely not the most, I'm definitely one of the most interesting people in the world. Unfortunately, I'm so interesting that I'm beyond the level of perceiving for people living on the earth. I am so interesting that they cannot even perceive that because what they define as interesting is below my level. Like they would define someone who is extroverted, outdoorsy, very like that kind of charming type of people to be interesting. Like they're normally very extroverted people or people that have this specific concrete hobbies like doing very some sort of having unpopular hobbies to be, or like if you like watching horror movies and collecting old stamps and playing niche video games that are unpopular, then you would be considered to be an interesting person because you're a different. But for me, it's, I feel like my definition is in a completely different dimension. Interesting meanings again, profound always is that for me. For someone to be interesting or something to be interesting has to be something deeply meaningful, profound, or meaningfully anything profound is meaningful. So profoundly meaningful or deeply profound. I want to use that one word. And I'm quite like Shakespeare. The only difference between me and Shakespeare is that Shakespeare wrote a lot of drama. I am the complete opposite. I write a lot, but never something like I write very nonfiction, like poetry, like prose, or even if I write fiction, it's like a stream of consciousness type. But there are never characters in my writing. Oh, there are actually. I have written some short stories, and they normally don't have a beginning nor end. Just a small part. And I create new words too. I enjoy that, especially with my mother language. Much easier to do, and I do that. And
I like to write in a way that is obscure. It's kind of like Shakespeare as well. I was watching this video again, the same video of this person that said they had a good night's sleep sleeping on this hardwood board. They were visiting these huts. They're called huts, where you sleep for free, right? In the wilderness, built for the hikers, and they all often came with a notebook where the people that have spent a night in the huts would write something on a notebook just for future people to read, maybe to read through your thoughts. And one of the YouTubers, like, maybe she wasn't a YouTuber, she was just with the YouTuber. There was only one person that was making the video. I think they were just his companions. And then she was writing, like, on the notebook, on the decaying rocks. That's all they read. And then they said, "Are you Shakespeare?" I just felt like you should say, I am Shakespeare. I am. The only difference between me and Shakespeare is that I don't write drama. I don't know how to write drama. Because I'm a very abstract person. A drama needs very concrete thinking because you need to make the plot make sense. You have to have. It's a very concrete thing. I'm a very abstract person. I just like even if I write fiction, it will be very inconsistent because that's just how I am, and I'm profoundly, deeply in love with that. I don't want to change. I don't think I'm a drama type of person. I mean, like a drama writer, I cannot picture myself being a novelist, for example. But I'm just naturally poetic. And I can't believe I've been talking to myself. I'm not talking to myself. I am intentionally talking to be listened to. And I know I am heard even right now in real time. I'm not alone because, like I said in the beginning, we all have invisible helpers that we don't remember that are with us, and they don't actually need to hear me saying words. They know my thought. They don't hear my thoughts, but they, it's hard to understand because we are in this world and it's not like that. But they understand everything telepathically, and you can't even imagine what it's like. You just know what somebody else is thinking, not in words, but you just know. And we don't even have words to describe this knowing, right? Because that's not how this world is. Because we're in this game. When we exit a game, we go back to the real reality. We will all be like that. We all communicate telepathically. And we wouldn't need language. Imagine how beautiful that is. Language is also beautiful. But I would love to let somebody else feel exactly what I feel. Language just isn't enough. But exactly because you don't know how I feel, I get to use language and I get to create poetry, right? But again, poetry isn't language, even though in this world it's entirely experienced almost completely through language. But my definition of poeticness is again different from the traditional, conventional definition. The conventional definition of poeticness is just in literature, right? But my definition of poeticness, I guess it's not important, so I want to say, it's not just in language. It's a very broad thing. It exists broadly everywhere. Poeticness is literally the synonym. Actually, I have never learned how to pronounce this word. Synonym. I actually don't even know how to spell it. I've been using it repeatedly with ChatGPT because when I write, I need to find synonyms. Actually, is that the way to pronounce it? A synonym. I think you understand what I'm talking about because I would assume you too. I just have this feeling that
you guys, my dearest kindred soulmates, I feel like your English is much better than mine. Or you're either native English speakers or English just your second language, and almost equal to your first language. For me, it's different. My English is much worse than my first language. And although I've been using it heavily, even I think to myself in English. And so, what was I saying? The synonym of poeticness for me is literally artisticness. I have created these two words, I think, because I never learned it from a dictionary. I just felt like I think you can do that. It just add an ESS after and then to mean the state of being. Not a adjective to create a noun that means the state of the adjective. The state of being poetic is poeticness. And that is just a, let's just, I was gonna say that's just a very accurate way, maybe not inaccurate, just a broad way to explain what the word poeticness means. It's not exactly the status of being poetic. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not that complicated here, actually. It literally being poetic. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Poeticness. I don't think I need to explain it to you. Just take the word literally, poeticness. There's no need to explain it for people that have with an English level much better than mine. And so what was I saying before this? Now I'm having sort of a English accent. That's just so random. Normally, yeah, I think now it's back to normal. I row the R. The British accent doesn't row the R, but maybe because I stayed a year in the UK, I kind of picked up at least to some extent, their accent. But I roll the R. But in the Irish accent, you do roll the R too, even though Ireland is just next to the UK and they used to be the same country. Somehow they have just such different accent, completely different two accents. In British accent, for example, it's the R, not the R. But I much more prefer to roll the R because I learned English this way. I listened to American English tapes. Unfortunately or fortunately, I quite like it. Just feels, I think it's much more friendly for the mouth to pronounce these sounds in an American way. I think that's how the American accent came to be. It was just a more friendly accent to the mouth. Like, they have many, like when you say mountain, in British accent it's just mountain. But in American accent, you swallow that T sound. It became mountain. It's just much easier to say, just much less effort. Basically, I think American accent is just a lazy accent, lazy English accent. Also, in British accent, you just pronounce the vowels more roundly. Like, the word accent in British accent is accent, almost barely but in American accent, it's just because you get to open your mouth much less. It's much easier to say. It's much easier to say than accent. You have to open your mouth a lot more. And yeah, I think because the American people are the offsprings of British people, because first it was British people that went to the land of North America to have established the country. So
they used to speak, you can imagine they used to speak exactly British English, but then they somehow evolved to like become lazy. The basic language itself is the evolution of language basically is just laziness. Yeah, just how people are used to. The rules just, there are no rules. It's just how people are more comfortable with saying a word, and then people would say that in that way more often, and more people just say it that way, and that's how a word changes over time. Because it's just how comfortable you use a language, including its grammar. That's why the most used verbs are the most. Why do I sound like I'm such a knowledgeable person? Like I know so many things. I've been talking about many different areas of things, but actually, I just know what I am interested in. I don't think I know these things very deeply, except for I only know spirituality deeply, and I feel like I know it more deeply than literally the world of contemporary spirituality. That does sound like what they would define to be egoic, but I feel it's I just I set that statement from a literally an objective point of view. That's exactly what I experienced it to be. If I would just be heart-centered, that's what I would say. I don't say it to feel like, oh, I am so good, I'm better than everybody. Actually, I wish they could. I wish I wasn't. I wish this world isn't a world where I understand spirituality more deeply than most people. that really sounds, it sounds so bad, but it doesn't have to sound bad, because especially if I don't follow contemporary spirituality, and I have explained extensively how the concept of the ego is the biggest spiritual bypassing, because you can just go back to watch that video, and you absolutely have to be, first of all, a heart-centered person to begin to understand it. If you're following contemporary spirituality, meaning not a wildly, a literally a completely heart-centered person. That's what the contemporary spirituality is. It's not heart-centered. I would still say that it's much better than contemporary science. If you are a spiritual person, you're at a much better place than an atheist and a scientist or a religious person, because you're in the right direction. But still, contemporary. I keep saying the word contemporary because I'm not just spirituality itself is a completely different thing than contemporary spirituality. Yeah, it's just like contemporary art is a different thing than art from the medieval. Actually, how to pronounce it? Medieval? Is it actually pronounced evil? What is the word medieval? I think I'm pronouncing it wrongly. I actually have never said this word. I have obviously heard it 100 times from videos or, yeah, other people. I have never said it myself, so medieval. I think that's how you pronounce it. And is it really pronounced evil? Oh my god, that accurately describes that era as dark and evil. Just a very interesting discovery. It was really pronounced evil. I think it's just so interesting. And back to what we were talking about. Yeah, I would absolutely want the world to be completely heart-centered. I would want everybody to be more heart-centered than me. And that wouldn't make me a shallow person, a not special person at all. If I would live in a world where everybody is very heart-centered, understands spirituality, therefore much better than me, that would make me not special, not unique, not a pioneer at all. And I would love that more than this. So I was not saying what I said in a way to me that I'm better than everybody. Not at all. I actually feel sad that that this is my experience in this world.
I only have the need to feel special is because everybody else is living inauthentic lives, meaning mediocre lives, not non-heart-centered lives. So of course I have to feel special, otherwise I'll be like them, and that's the worst thing ever. And that's why it's important for everyone to feel special. Like, you're just like everybody else is a negative phrase, is a negative statement, judgment in our world. You can't just, if you say to somebody, you're just like everybody else, it is a negative judgment. Isn't it interesting? It's a negative judgment to call somebody just like everybody else. You're just like everybody else. That is a negative statement. I think it's just very interesting, isn't it? Just think about it. Everybody, I'm trying to explain myself to avoid criticism from your side, even though it won't come from your side if you're somebody that would watch this video to this point, which I don't even know would be possible, like would happen during the shortly after I posted this video. And I think I should make more videos like this, just talk extensively and deeply about me, from me. And I have another layer of fear that is criticism that says you're so completely selfish person, you just like talking about yourself. And I used to think that way, but until I realized this is just what I'm meant to do, I feel. Meaning it's my part of my destiny to be deeply internally focused, deeply profound in a very personal way. It is extremely important to myself because I'm following my heart this way. It's important to the whole universe. And that's the same level of importance of every one following their heart. So if you follow your heart, it is important to the entire universe. It's the same for everyone. That's the significance of that. And I feel like I just over-explained myself. But I also had to, because if I didn't do it, I would just feel this fear that you're judging me, calling me all those things that you would. And I would just have that fear. But now I still have it. Now I've explained to myself. Maybe that fear was gone or transformed into, I don't like, not transform, what's the other word? Let's just say transformed into something else, like another barrier between us, which is the necessity of having to over-explain myself. It's like a burden. Feels like I can't trust you. If I can't trust you, I cannot open up. I cannot stay open up to you. And so I'm someone with this urge to speak that entirely is dependent on how comfortable I am with another person, which means I have different levels of urge to speak with different people. I could be completely very talkative and free with one person. I would feel like to shut down with another person. In fact, that's probably the same with everyone, but it's especially pronounced for me. It's a very pronounced, I don't know if that's the right word, prominent phenomenon. I have observed in me. And this thing also happens, this phenomenon happens also, as you have seen, during making a video. So with the same person, I can feel differently, depending on how our relationship is. And the relationship, talking about the ever-evolving stage of how I relate to this person, how I feel right now about this person. Am I feeling hostility from them? Am I feeling judgmental from them? Even if they haven't said a word, I can observe their face. I invented myself, or it's just a maybe intuitive feeling that literally determines how much I want to speak. So sometimes I can just go from completely talkative to completely shutting down in a very short amount of time if I sense misunderstanding or judgment, criticism. Because even for a split second, because these things, they are very strong, harsh. They're just the complete opposite of a state of acceptance. They're just the ending of acceptance. Obviously, they would be strong enough to create a complete opposite response from my side. Like I can go from being 100% talkative to 100% shutting down. It's absolutely understandable. I don't know if I'm understandable right now because I am tired. I need to stop talking. Thank you for listening. It's 2 right now. I've been speaking for 1 hour and 40 minutes. I don't even know what I'm saying. I think I'm still making sense, but I'm not listening to what I'm saying because I'm tired. I need to sleep. This is normally when I go to sleep. Thank you for listening. One thing I forgot to add is that Shakespeare is also known to be an INFP. I just feel I am so Shakespeare. It feels just so right. If somebody calls me, let's say, a different name, like if somebody called me Einstein, it wouldn't feel right. If somebody called me, who else do I know in English? I don't know. I don't know any other names. Even somebody called me Carl Jung, that wouldn't feel right. But if you call me Shakespeare, absolutely, I am Shakespeare. I am Shakespeare. Yeah, that's right. That's me. I don't know, just the vibe feels so right. I don't know. So when I think of Shakespeare, I think of the color green, because he was wearing green in his photos from his memory created by the subconscious mind. Because of the vibe that the name Shakespeare gives off. In fact, I know nothing about Shakespeare. I didn't read anything he wrote. In fact, I don't like anything he's written. Like I said, I'm not a drama person, and I think literally people would say there's profanity to his dramas, but I don't agree. I think it's mostly I don't like anything he's written. I didn't read because he wrote in very obscure English, obviously, because it was ancient English. And my English already isn't great when I read in contemporary English. Modern English is not perfect for me to read already. If I read in ancient English, it's probably pretty much impossible for me to read through. And I just have learned about something he's written. I know the most famous ones, and I really am not interested in them. I'm not a Shakespeare fan, not at all. I just feel like if somebody caught me Shakespeare, I just think it's so fitting. I don't know, because I write. I mean, not because I write. I do write. It's just the vibe. I don't know. Just kind of just how it feels. Actually, I don't like Shakespeare at all. But I like the name, and I like the vibe. I like the feeling. I'd love to be called Shakespeare. Tonight's street karaoke is especially loud. This is the first course of my night meal. I don't know how to call it anymore. If it's too late to be called dinner, it's actually late right now. And I just want to eat something, but I'm not hungry. So I just cooked the broccoli with garlic and some pepper, black pepper. Adding some more actually. It's very nice. How do you cook broccoli? Don't boil it. Cook it directly in oil. Very, very nice. I'll tell you what happened today with finished. I also had an orange. I feel like a guinea pig eating just vegetable, which is what I rarely do. I feel like having a mango, but I need to drink some protein powder today. I had little protein. I had no protein, a little protein. I had just some soy milk. I need to drink the protein powder. Probably together with another soy milk. And then maybe I'll have spaghetti actually, because spaghetti has protein too, and I want to have it tonight. Today I went to see the little dogs. And I gave them treats. I don't even want to talk about it. I didn't enjoy it. I just don't feel like giving them treats ever again. Or maybe I shouldn't see them very often. Because they still would buy me the black one. The white one knows very well not to. But the black one, I mean, she's like sometimes she just gone out of her mind. Like today, out of nowhere, she just started to bite me again. I mean, for fun, and she broke my skin. I just stood up and left. I was gonna go anyways. Out of nowhere, she just took a big bite off my hand. And a big bite, like for fun. Again, not biting to her. She just for fun, and she was like playing. And yeah, I just don't like to give them treats because they would only be thinking about that. Like, they would only be thinking about treats. I just don't like how that makes me feel. I feel like I'm just there to give them treats. They don't think about anything but the treats in my pocket. Anything they would do is for the treats. I don't like how that feels. Like, they would be doing things to please me. However, they were trying to figure out what I wanted just to get more treats. I don't like that pressure put onto me. Like, I have to keep giving you something in order for you to be there for me. I just don't like that. With it, people with animals. With people, it doesn't happen. Just with animals. They're like that, and I can't have that. I want our connection to be pure, not to be based on exchange. And, yeah, that's what happened today. I just went to sleep on the grass. I couldn't sleep because it was in the sun. I was in the sun, and it was really warm in the beginning. And then it started to get like scorching. I thought if I were to fall asleep there then, I probably would have a dream of getting caught on fire because the sun was on my butt, and my pants are black, so of course it was just scorching my ass. And I couldn't turn to the other side because it would be scorching my face. That would be worse. Couldn't sleep there. That's one of the reasons. There were a couple of other people lying next to me on the grass. And not literally next to me, just near me. Like a couple of old people. Here they're only old people. You can hear them. They're singing some old people songs. Actually, right now, as it's not late, I can perform my tin whistle for you that we didn't manage to perform last night, right? It was too late. I was too scared. I just keep thinking about eating these days. Just keep thinking about it. But do I want to eat something else? Yeah, I said I wanted a mango. Maybe let me have the mango so that I can perform. It was so freaking. This one isn't sour. This one is sweet. I eat it like this, like a mouse. I feel like eating something else. Actually, maybe it's the perfect time to have my protein powder today. Yeah, it actually tastes good finally with soy milk powder. It actually tastes even better than with milk. I saw online that it tastes better with milk, but for me, it really doesn't. Maybe, I don't know, my protein powder is flavored. It tastes so bad, like all protein powders in the world, that I can only have half a spoon each time, rather than 1 spoon. I just can't possibly have 1 spoon. It's just so bad. But not like too bad. It's jasmine, actually. Jasmine and green tea flavored. Sounds great, right? Is it jasmine? Jasmine and the tea flavor. Because I got this flavor because of how thick protein powder tastes like. So I thought if I got it like a flowery flavor with the tea, it should be nice, right? But it really doesn't make any difference. Any flavor is just the same. They all have this thing, this taste in them that is just not ignorable. Let me add water. Water. Where is it? How much water now? Supposed to enough water. Now where's the lid? Come on. Where are you? Ah! Here. Drink it, shake it, drink it. And then I'll have spaghetti, but that will be hours after. Because after I have this, I think I'll be full. If I had cakes, I would have a cake. But my cakes, I've ordered them. Again, I bought them some online. They haven't arrived.
perfect. Now it's like a smoothie. Did I sweat today? Yeah, when I wasn't sleeping in the sun. I actually didn't sweat. It was just getting hot. Today, also the dogs, they were really fighting. It seemed like they were really fighting. I don't know. I couldn't be sure. They were literally, I felt like they were fighting. Not just playing. It was more fierce than ever before. And I think they were really, really fighting. But then, I thought they were just going to be like that. But then they just, as if they, when I looked at them, it felt like as if they're like people after fighting, right? They're just hating each other or trying to avoid each other. But then just nothing happened. They were just, the ice just melted, like it was just gone. It would never happen for people, right? For something has to happen. Or it would take much longer. It was just like about a couple of minutes. It was just gone. Like they were just okay again. Literally just a couple of minutes. Oh my god, it actually tastes good. Can you believe it? Now you could try. Get some soy milk powder and add to protein powder if you drink protein. Actually, it's so good. Maybe because they are all plant-based, flavor. Flour, tea, and soy milk. It's so much better than with milk. It's fantastic. It's so good. It's not even just bearable, it's literally good. It's like an extremely healthy meal. Broccoli, orange, mango, soy milk, and just protein powder. It has protein, has carbs, has every nutrient. And then I'll just have some spaghetti at the end of the day. When I left the little dogs, I just felt so down. I don't know why. Made me feel like I don't want to see them much anymore. Because the black one bites me. It broke my skin and she bit me actually on the scar where I burned my hand yesterday when I was frying something. Tofu. But that was shallow scar, so it wasn't like bad. Just a mark. Look at my hand. I showed you before. It's covered in scars. I didn't even realize because many times they would just scratch my hand and it was just red. The skin wasn't broken. Oh my god, here's a new one, I guess. I don't know, it's still red. I came back from there for hours already. It's been a few hours. It's so red. Is it from them or is it from something else? And that's just my right hand because that's the hand I use to interact with them. The white one wouldn't. She would also bite me sometimes, but she would immediately stop. Like she was immediately remembered not to do it. Kind of cute. But the black one, there's nothing I could do about her. And today she was so angry at her sister.
I don't know what went on. She looked just like, she actually has a very different. They have very different personalities. Very different from when I first met them. I mean, like different from what I expected. I expected the opposite. The little black was sweeter to me in the beginning. She let me pet her however I wanted, but little white wouldn't let me pet her at all. But now it's almost like the opposite. But they both let me pet them. But little white's like I don't know if she's just pleasing me. I know it's not, because there were a couple of days I had no treats. Giving them no treats at all. I wonder what would happen if I just completely stopped giving them treats. I don't see how I will. I don't like that feeling, like I described it to you already. I don't think. I actually probably will never go and see them with trees anymore. Today I only did this, did that because they were barking at a stranger. And the stranger thought they were my dogs. And I wanted to call them back. Oh, they did listen in a moment, thankfully. But then I thought maybe I should start training them to come back whenever I call them. Maybe that's what I will do. I will just have the trees with me, and I will only give them when I want to call them. I would just call them randomly whenever they would leave me. I would just call them and they'd come back. But then they would just try to figure what it is, how they can get the most treats, right? Because that's all they want. They would start to probably just go far from me on purpose to create a chance for me to call back onto them. But great thing is they're not that patient if I don't call them. But maybe that's what I will try. So if I wouldn't give them any treat. I wouldn't give them treat when they're near me. I would only give them treats when they are away from me, when I call them back. Then they probably wouldn't want to stay near me anymore, because they would figure, okay, I would only get a treat when I get called back. Which means if I stayed close by, there's definitely no treat. So I should try my best to go far away. I don't know, but even when I don't give them treats at all, they still would wander off from me every now and then because they were bored. They were trying to play something. And then today there was another dog. This dog was just complete and maniac. It's another dog from somebody. It's like an Italian dog, very skinny. Italian, how do you call that in English? Very skinny and gray color, very short hair. You know that kind of dog. Big as well. And she was just so crazy. She was like, she had this maniac look on her face. Like when her owner let her off, she looked so weird. Her eyes staring at you. It was her eyes like I mean, I think that was just extra excitement. Ultra excited. Just that face on her look like the face I would just see on my dog when I was a kid. We had a dog and she would look like that when she was on her zoomies. She would look so like a maniac, the dogs. And her ears back like a bunny. And she was just running like fully charged, running in circles. Like so excited. Looked kind of scary because she looked like she completely was crazy. And then she would rush to me because she smelled I had treats. I would pet her, and she immediately would charge again and run off. And then the pups would chase after her. Oh my gosh, she was so crazy. I've seen her twice. Yesterday, she was there too. And her owner probably thought the little dogs were mine too. Probably they were all blaming me why I'm not having them on leash. Because
I'm not their owner. So I'm scared. I'm a little scared. What if the dogs bite somebody? Is it my responsibility? Or is it their owner's responsibility? I don't know. Maybe I should visit them less. Or I should just wait until their teeth shed or something. I don't know. And I'm afraid that if they really bark at people complain, they would be tied onto a leash. They started to become aggressive to strangers. Like they would bark at people walking past the grassland. I don't know. If they were tied to a leash, I might never see them again. I don't know. But that kind of situation doesn't really happen often. This is it's a very big grassland. They don't seem to bite at everybody. Sometimes they just beg for food. I don't know what makes them decide which person to bark at, which to beg for food from. The owner has a kid, like I told you, 6-year-old, that I don't want to play with. I don't like kids. I think the mother wanted me to play with the kid. That day, that was the first day I went to train. I went to see the dogs with treats. The kid was there. It was too small to be interesting to me. Can't even maintain a proper conversation. They're so distracted. Kids. The younger they are, the more distracted they are. I was just talking to him about something about the dogs. He just had too short of an attention span, or maybe she couldn't understand. He couldn't understand what I was saying. I felt like it feels like there's a wall between us. Like nothing was exchanged, or nothing was conveyed. I don't like that feeling with people. It doesn't only happen with children. With adults too, like when they can't understand you, which is most of the case for me. Feels like you're having a normal conversation, but it just feels like you're not understood. I guess this experience makes me aware of this kind of thing, kind of phenomenon, which makes me really want to avoid it for other people. Like I want to never let people feel the way I feel when I feel not understood, because I know how it feels like. But literally only people like me would ever have this kind of experience of feeling not understood. Like people that are highly retrospective, because you have profound thoughts. Obviously, the more profound your thoughts are, the harder, the more you feel not understood. People that, like we have discussed, yes, that call themselves simple, they normally do not have experiences of feeling not understood, because they're kind of simple, right? Simple-minded. but not really. They're just not retrospective enough to understand their complexity and that of others. I don't know. Will I ever meet another human being ever again? It feels like will I ever meet someone? I mean, I have met people like me. It's just been a long time. And nowadays, because I am even more special, I guess, because of my developed understanding of the world. It would now entirely depend on the universe when people that I'm meant to meet would show up. There's literally nothing I personally can do to help that happen. The reason I wanted to post videos was to hopefully find people or let them find me. But it seems like that's not happening either. That's okay, I guess, because that's what it is. If it's not okay, then it seems okay, because it's the first day of this situation. And it is to end soon, in whatever way. All right. Actually, I should show you what I'm doing. That was improvised. What was I playing? After
If only I could play 3 octaves. Because I would like to go lower. La 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 la. I wonder if, unfortunately, I was thinking about the recorder, but the recorder cannot speak. It has to have tonguing, which means the notes are not as smooth. Like the recorder would sound like this. But tongue was always. Tongue whistle doesn't need tonguing, meaning tapping, like making each note have a start